All right, we'll get started. We are going to flow this morning. We're going to take some time to open the hips and open the heart, the 1-2 combo. And we're just going to move and breathe in a way that feels good. And so, as always, in the actual classroom and in our virtual classroom, the invitation is for you to create the experience that you crave, the one that you need the most this morning. We are practicing together, and so we'll breathe into that energy of that collective unified energy that we are all creating, that we're all participating in, and take some time to really feel into the energetic cause, the energetic purpose of showing up not only for ourselves but showing up as community, and practicing being who we are. So you can head onto your back if you're not already there. Just lie down. It's the first shape that we'll begin in is just resting in corpse pose. You can let your hands come onto your body if that feels connected and good, or you can let the hands just drop out onto the earth. Whatever enables you and supports you in resting. So, make sure that there's a supportive space around you. Either you've got some music on, or it's quiet, or you've set your environment up to support your endeavor this morning of practicing meeting yourself. And if there's any distractions that need to be shifted or removed, then go ahead and do that. And then let's start to settle into the space of rest. Let your eyes fall closed and start to feel the weight of the bones, the spine, surrendering into the earth, into the mat. And just begin the process, the journey of breathing with care, breathing with awareness, breathing with conscious choice. So the breath, you know that it flows involuntarily. It is a part of that autonomic system. And it will happen because you are living. And so in response to your life force, you have inhales and exhales that greet you in perfect time. And the breath is already perfect. You don't need to perfect it or ask it to do more or less. In this space of stillness, we're just going to pause to watch the perfect breath. Just slow down enough to witness our own experience as it's happening, our own life as it is becoming. So ask your mind to go ahead and meet the body and the breath. And as we attune our attention into this focused element, it creates a sensation of relaxation. So just breathe, knowing that you're relaxing not only the body but the mind. In this ever-changing pace, this moment of slowing down time with attention is prime. It's pure gold. So just watch the rhythm of your life force energy moving through you. Eventually bring your hand to rest on your heart and the other hand to rest on your belly. And then feel the sensation of your awareness moving through the heart center, through the chest, through the lungs, through the ribs, and through the gut, through the belly, through the low spine. And feel that wave-like energy, that wave-like motion of the breath rolling through to greet you just as you are, and to leave you in perfect time. So we'll follow the breath's lead this morning in receiving what we need and releasing what we don't, and feeling the balance at the top of the breath and the bottom of the breath, content, satisfied, nourished. And as you feel your own rhythm, as you feel your own prana in this sweet balance, take a moment of intentional connection to your purpose, to your activity log of why you do what you do, and pay attention to your own rhythm. Maybe even celebrate it as we move and breathe and be still this morning. And then in the spirit of celebrating who you are, we'll celebrate each other too. We'll celebrate the experience of being together on this portal and feeling into the energy that we are all creating with each breath that we take and release. So unifying our space and time in this moment, let's take a collective breath. Breathe in all the way up through your nostrils and fill the lungs from the belly to the heart. And then pause. You can wet your lips if that feels good. And then open your mouth and let all of the air breathe in again. Fill up through both nostrils. And then open your mouth to and feel into that sweetness, the sweetness of connection. Feels good. When you're ready to move, you can start that journey of inquiry. Rolling your wrists, wiggling your fingers, rocking your heels, and moving your toes. Eventually taking the body into a long stretch. And then from that long body stretch, hug your knees up into your chest and just start to circle out the hips. So in our morning practice, we get to notice how it is that we feel in those early stages of waking and of moving about in our lives. And so as we move here, just pay attention to the spaces that are maybe holding on or holding back, and give them their time. There's no hurry, there's no rush to be in the middle of the day, in the middle of our bodies. We're just giving the unfolding process some time. So just move around here in an organic fashion, in a motion that serves purpose for you. And then we're going to take some time to move into a modified happy baby. So just reach to the outsides of the shins here. And then we're going to rock one heel in towards the groin and extend through the other leg. And then opposite heel comes in and find the extension on the other side. And just take a couple breaths of moving through the center and then extending, making sure that your ankles can get their full roll here. We're going to move into a figure 4 stretch on the back line. It's going to be a shape that we return to several times throughout our practice. Let's take the right ankle over onto the left knee, making like a number 4 with the hips and the knees. And then just give the right knee a little press with the right hand and send some breath into the right hip joint. And as the hip starts to let go of what's holding back, if it feels good for you to thread the arms through the space of the floor, the space of the legs, then you can clasp the hands on the top of the left shin bone or behind the left hamstring. And you can give a little rock here side to side, whisper some sweet somethings to the low back, and maybe make some sound as you find this sweet hip stretch. And then when you're ready to, we'll just release with a little ninja kick. Hi-ya! And then switch the 4. The left ankle folds over onto the right knee as the right leg bends. And here you can just rock a little bit side to side. And then press the left knee open until that extension feels like enough for the hips. And then if you'd like to weave it through, then you can clasp your hands on the left or on the right shin or the right hamstring as you draw the left knee in nearer to the left shoulder. And again, a little rock might feel good. You can check that out, see about it, see how it feels. Make some sound. And then we'll take that ninja kick with a little space through the legs and a yeah. And then we're going to keep the legs just like this. So we're coming into a deep V with the legs. Flex the toes and then reach your fingertips towards your big toes. And we're going to pulse for a few rounds of breath, engaging the low gut. Take an inhale. And then breathe and pulse, reaching your peace fingers towards your big toes. And here we're just starting to create that internal heat in the low belly. We'll pulse for another 3 or 4 or 20 rounds of breath. You like that? Really not too worried about how long we do it or for how many times we pulse, but get into the sensation of feeling, into experiencing. Feel yourself warming up. And then when you're ready, release the head. Fold the knees into the chest. Wrap the forearms around the shin bones. We're going to spinal roll here. Kick your heels in towards your buns and just rock and roll a few times, a bunch of times. Many times as it takes for the spine to get its time to open up. We're going to roll from here all the way up into standing forward fold, but you take your sweet time to do that. Eventually making your way towards feet and hands at the top of your mat with a generous bend in the knees. Let the upper body fall. So not holding on to the shoulders, to the head, letting the knees be soft enough so that the low back can have a sweet reprieve as well as the hamstrings. This might be a happy place for a block. If it is for you, grab that and let that be here with you, supporting you. This will also be a sweet time to move into the breath with a little more purpose. Now we can start to gauge the breath. Notice if you're holding it partly or if you're exploring the full bandwidth of the lungs as we move into different shapes. And be in that inquiry. Be in that inquiry of wondering, how does it feel to breathe in this shape?
We're not casting a judgment around what the shape is like or if it's good or if it's bad, but we're just noticing where the breath is drawn to, where the shape is asking for breath, and how we can find a sweet balance of moving in with care. From this forward fold, cradle your elbows, and we're going to take a little rock from side to side, letting the upper body create a little momentum and a little traction for the spine as you shift to the left and to the right. And then as you find yourself moving over onto the right side, we're going to pause, drop the right hand over on the outside of the right foot or a little further depending on the length of your arms, and roll the left palm open and up. So we're in this side twist. We're not coming through the center of the twist. We're working the left side open. And then release and move over onto the left side. So we're twisting the upper body, planting the left palm on the outside of the left foot, and then rolling the right palm open and up. Getting the right hip a little bit of space. And even getting into the IT band, sciatic nerve, the side bodies of the legs. And then we'll release that. Go ahead and heel toe your feet towards each other so that you're about hips width apart if you aren't already. Ardha halfway lift, Uttanasana. Pull the palms up the shin bones and lengthen the crown of the head forward. And then big exhalation, fold and release. Let's do that again. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Let it go. Once again like that, breathe in. And this time go ahead and interlace your fingers back behind you. We're really hanging out in this fold for some time. Getting into the heart center now, getting into that zone of desire and tenderness, of love and compassion. Yeah, let's open that up. Let's open that space and feel it. Feel it move and become aware of the sensations that live here. And then we'll take one halfway lift from here. And then as you exhale, we're coming into chair pose. So drop down through the arms, let them massage the backs of the legs, sink down into the hips, and then lift up through the fingertips, roll the shoulders down and back. So however far apart your feet are in your chair is the same distance for your knees. So we're not dropping the knees in or rolling them out. Rather, if the knees are hips width, so are the feet. If you'd like to close the gap there and you create a little more balance, then you can bring the big toes to touch and the knees to touch. Pay attention to the spine here. See if you're giving that pelvic tilt a form back, and then see if you can find a micro adjustment of the pelvis, dropping the sacrum down towards the earth, lengthening the spine all the way up towards the heavens. As you check in, we're going to twist a little bit. So we're just opening up through the heart once again, inhaling, lifting the gaze up. And then the right arm is going to circle back behind you as you exhale. And then sweep it back forward. Inhale, fingertips high. And then it's the left arm that sweeps back behind you. Twist. Inhale, come back up to high. Exhale, the right arm. Do that one more time. Inhale. Left arm. Come back into your chair pose. Fingertips reach up high. Shoulders drop back into each opposite hips. Sink down through the sacrum, up through the crown. Take your biggest breath today. And then release into your forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Neutralize the spine. Exhale, release. Circle sweep your arms, softening the knees to let the blood pressure rise as you lift yourself up. Samastitihi, prayer hands come together down to your heart center. Pause. So
Let's take a cleansing breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let all of the air go first, and then fill up. Open mouth. And then shake out the limbs. Shake out your arms, your legs, your shoulders, your hips. And then up at the top of your mat, come into mountain pose. We're going to redirect the breath now and ask it to go ahead and move in and out of the nose as we start to flow. And this breath, this Ujjayi breath, this ocean-sounding breath creates heat in the body. When we create heat, we've got space and time and energy to move out any inefficiency, any toxic energy. So we're letting this in and out breath of the nose come in to detoxify and to clarify, to purify and to open. So breathing in, breathing out of the nose will flow. Fingertips rise up, high to the sky, extended you're mounting. Hips forward, head back, front extension, please. Lengthen on the inhale and then swan dive. Sweep the arms open, forward fold. On the exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. High plank pose as you breathe out. Plant your palms and step your feet back. Neutralize your hips, finding those long lines through the crown of the head and back through the heels of the feet. Your knees can always be that space of support, and all you have to do is ask them to drop and they will support you. Check in with where you are. See if you're collapsing through the chest, and then open the collarbones up, spread them apart, but stay engaged to the inner thighs. Give a big breath in. On the out breath, it's knees to the earth, elbows to the ribs, chin and chest down to the ground. Low Cobra this first round through. Just lift the heart. Feel that really natural curve of the spine. And then press up through table. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take some breaths to pedal out your feet and really move into the sides of the body. On the right side, give a little twist, a little left side twist. Rise on up to your tippy toes as you breathe in. Sink down to your heels as you breathe. Deep bend into your knees. Look to the space between your thumbs. Step or hop your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you arrive there, please. And then release to your forward fold. Circle sweep the arms to rise. Fingertips to the above. Palms come together at the top. Samasthiti. Empty the lungs. Pause. Feel your beating heart pressing into your thumbs. Feel the rhythm of your breath and letting it be your guide. And feel the sensation of being alive and let yourself be grateful. Fall to rise. Inhale, extended mountain. Front extension, hips forward, head back. Lengthen up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift. Take it to your plank, hop or step your feet back. Option for Chaturanga for you on the way down if you'd like, or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. You choose your path. And take it home to downward facing dog for a few resting breaths. Rise on up to your tippy toes. Sink down to your heels. Forward fold. Halfway lift, please. Let it go. Root to rise. Fingertips to the heavens. Prayer hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Connected. Fall to rise. Inhale up. Front line opens you light. Lengthen on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Halfway lift. Plank pose. Breathe in at the top. Lower yourself down your way. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We'll take it through one more time together through our salute to the sun. Rise up to your tippy toes. Inhale. Sink down to your heels. Exhale. Forward fold. A halfway lift. Let it go. Root to rise. Extended mountain. Samastitihi. Fall to rise. Open the front line to light. Lengthen. Forward fold. Half lift. High plank. Lower down. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Give some hang time in this dog. If you prefer to drop to your knees and take a sweet child's pose, then give that space some time also. Got another 3 or 4 breaths here. Really activating awareness of breath. Yeah, so it's when we start to get into the rhythm of movement and going that we start to lose ourselves. And the surest, fastest, easiest way back is simply paying attention to your breath. Rise up to your tippy toes. Inhale. Sink down to your heels. Exhale. Let's take the left leg up high to the sky. 3-legged dog. See if you can find that extension through the left heel. Find some efficiency with the shoulders and the hips. Keep them squared. Breathe in as you lift, and then as you breathe out, it's right into low lunge. Sweeping the left foot through between the hands. You can tent pull the fingers here, or you can find blocks if you'd like. We're going to take a few rounds of cow lunge and cat. The right knee taps, the heart rises. Inhale. Exhale, close over the front knee and fold. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. So we'll pause right here. Take another breath. And then bend into the left knee. Keep the back leg lifted and long if you'd like, or you can set the right knee down. We're going to adjust the hips, square them forward, square the shoulders, and then lift on up with the upper body and the fingertips into high crescent lunge. Ensure that the right hip point is moving forward and the left hip point is pulling back, and then that 90-degree bend in the front knee is real good and juicy. So as you find your balance here, we're going to take a few breaths to flow. Opening the heart and transitioning into balance. Inhale, lift your gaze up. As you exhale, cactus elbow your arms. Inhale, reach your fingertips forward. Humble warrior, please. And then as you exhale, airplane your arms back. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, heart opens. Inhale, humble warrior. Exhale, airplane arms. And one more time through, just like that. Inhale, rise. Exhale, heart. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane arms. This time, come on up. Fingertips high to the sky. Cactus elbow the arms. Sweep the fingertips forward and then heel toe the left foot into the center of the mat. As you exhale, we're going to launch off into warrior 3. Airplane your arms back and lift the right leg as you launch into the extended left leg. Balance, gaze, drishti to the earth. Flex the right toes. Take a big breath in. And on the out breath, right back into high crescent. Inhale at the top. Exhale, take your flow, plant your palms, sweep your left leg through your flow, float it if you'd like. You can always skip this half of the vinyasa and just land in down dog. The down dog is a resting shape. If it doesn't feel like a resting shape this morning, probably because it isn't for you. So drop to your knees and find a child's pose instead. And let that be a way that you maybe really listen. Let that be a way that you really maybe give yourself permission to be the way that you are. Down dog is a resting place, and let it be. We will take the right leg high as we practice this self-regulation of awareness and choice. Three-legged dog here. Really lifting up through the right heel point. Big, big breath in. And then right into low lunge on the big breath out. Tent pole, your fingers are fine blocks. And then the left knee taps, the heart opens. Breathe in. Straighten out the legs. Cow lunge, inhale. Cat lunge, exhale. Cow lunge, inhale. Cat lunge. Once more like that. And we'll pause here in this extension of the legs and this bowing of the upper body. Releasing the spine in a way that feels nourishing, in a way that's kind. You can see your right kneecap. Maybe you blow it a kiss. And then neutralizing the spine, bending into the right knee. We'll come up into Crescent. Go ahead and adjust the hips. Right hip is pulling back this time. Left hip is moving forward. So we've got these opposing lines of energy that create balance. And then the fingertips float up towards the sky and the shoulders roll down and back into each opposite hip point. Drop down into the hip flexors of the left leg or drop your left knee to the earth. You know the sequence here. We're going to balance and breathe. Gaze up to the sky. Inhale. Cactus elbow the arms. Sweep the energy forward. Humble warrior. Airplane the arms back. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, open heart. Inhale, humble warrior. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, humble. Exhale, airplane. And this time we're going to find that standing balance, so float through back up into Crescent. Cactus elbow the arms. Shift forward and adjust the right foot to the center of the mat. And as you exhale, we'll launch off into Warrior 3 with airplane arms. Flexing the left toes, working into the standing right leg. Lengthen the crown forward as you extend everything you've got through the fingertips back. Balance and breathe, really active through this standing leg. Take another breath. Enjoy it. And then release it back into your Crescent lunge. Exhale through your flow. Plant your palms and sweep the right leg back. Float it through. Or skip it. Or find some variation that feels good. Rise up to your tippy toes and drop to your knees. Take a child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Give yourself a moment of checking in and processing. Give your forehead a little rock side to side and feel into the opening of the front of the brow, the release of tension through the face. And then peel yourself up and come into tabletop. We're going to stretch the soles of the feet so you can keep your toes tucked under. And we're going to walk the fingertips forward here, maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then send the hips up towards the wrists. And then exhale and press hips back to heels, this time stretching into the arches of the feet. Inhale, hip points move forward and the upper body opens. And then exhale, hips back to heels, just like that. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, come forward, open the heart. Exhale, press back. Release the feet, come into your tabletop for a cow and a cat. Just one will do. Inhale, belly falls. Exhale, round it out. Tabletop to down dog. Take it when you're ready. Each with a breath. We're going to take the left leg high to the sky once again. Lift, lift, lift through the heel point. As you exhale, let's cross the body over to the right tricep with the left knee. And then inhale, lengthen back. Knee right into your nose. Inhale, lengthen back. To your left tricep. Exhale. Lengthen back, inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the left knee into the chest and then pause here. Yeah, right here. Left palm is going to come to the center of the mat. Drop to your right heel. Kick your left heel forward. And then set it down. Roll the right palm. Open it up to the sky. Yeah, coming into your star twist. Keep lifting through the side body. The right arm can fall a little bit wider open as you open the hips and the heart. And then I like to give a little stretch to the right side by reaching the right fingertips overhead on the way back down to the mat. Lift and extend the left leg back behind you. Pull the left knee into the chest again. Whew. Send the left ankle to the right knee. We're coming into that figure 4 shape here again. If this feels like a lot, you can do this on all fours. But if it's feeling good and you want to go a little bit further, then the opportunity is going to arise. So from your figure 4 downward facing dog, we'll elephant walk the trunk of the arms back towards the right foot. Figure 4, forward fold. This might be plenty once again. You might find yourself at the edge or near it, and I'd ask you to honor those edges. If you want more still, we're going to drop into balance. And it's going to be figure 4 chair. Taking a deep bend into the right knee. The upper body rises into the support of the hips. And the left knee is opening the left hip. The right leg is holding the balance. Notice if you're fanning the tailbone back, and again, see if you can neutralize the spine, keeping those long lines efficient and awake. Option is going to be further still. If you want to fly, it's going to be flying pigeon. So from your figure 4 chair, prayer hymns come down to your heart center. Elbows start to shapeshift in towards the left shin bone. I like to hop a little forward because I don't want to hit the lamp. Palms are going to start to meet the earth. Bend into the elbows. Shapeshift into the upper body. On an exhale, flex the left toes around the right tricep, and then take flight. Lift the right leg. Balance, breathe, maybe kick the right leg out. Woo. Play with it if it serves you. Take a moment in toe stand if you took flight. And then we're going to come back out into that figure 4 forward fold. So if you stayed in chair, then just fold over. And if you are in your arm balance, Release the upper body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, elephant walk the palms back to the top of the mat. The right leg is free. Roll the hip open. Wild things there for you if you want to explore the front line. Up and over through your flow. Take it if you want it. The left leg floats. Downward facing dog. Child's pose can be your place. We've got 5 resting breaths. Enjoy them how you do. Make your way back into your downward facing dog when you're ready. Rise up to your tippy toes. Breathe in. Sink down to your heels. Breathe out. The right leg can come forward now. Yeah. Inhale on the lift. As you exhale, cross the body to your left tricep. Inhale, lengthen. Knee into your nose. Exhale. Lengthen back. Right tricep. Lengthen back. Bring your knee into your chest and pause right here. Right palm comes to the center of the mat. Left heel drops. Left arm rises. Kick the right foot forward. Drop to the edge of the foot and roll the heart center open through the left palm. Keep lifting up through the hip points. And if you like that side body stretch, before you come out, reach your left fingertips over your head. And then square the palms. Pull the right knee back in. Take it back out to the sky. Inhale, reset. Exhale, knee into your chest. Pause here. This time, open the hip. Take the right ankle to the left knee and find figure 4, downward facing dog. Now you know the drill. You can certainly stay here if this shape is enough. You can drop down to your left knee if this place is really asking for some tenderness. Further is going to be into your downward facing dog, into figure 4, forward fold. Elephant walk the palms back. Take a couple breaths, recalibrate. When you're ready, we'll take a deep bend into the left knee. Lift the chest. Figure 4 chair pose, balancing on the left leg this time. Right hip is open through the right knee. Sacrum is gently tapped underneath the spine, not fanning back. Breathe and sink. Sink and breathe. This might be plenty. Hang here if it is. If you want more, it's prayer hands to your heart center. Flying pigeon is going to be the option. Elbows are going to move onto the right shin bone. Give that little micro adjustment and then give a little toe hook on the left triceps. Bend into the left knee. Plant the palms. Find the elbows. Bend into them. Exhale. Lift and extend. Or maybe just lift the left leg. Toe stand as you come out. Take a few rounds to balance, to play, to breathe. Please be mindful of your nose crashing into the earth. A happy place for a block is under your forehead if you're working into the shape for the first time. After your toe stand, it's going to be back into that figure 4 forward fold. Likewise, if you were hanging in your chair, you can fold over now. Figure 4 down dog. Spread the fingertips out wide. Hug the right knee into your chest. Inhale. Exhale. open it up. Option for your wild thing. Take it and open and expand and feel all your light coming through. And take your flow. Right leg floats if you want it to. And it will be child's pose when you're ready. This time we'll let the child's be a soft one through the shoulders. Drape the forearms back by your shin bones. As you breathe into your child's pose, let your forehead rock side to side. We're going to come onto the front line when you're ready. No rush to get there at all. When you are ready, then make your way down onto the belly. And then bend into your knees, plant your forehead down, keep your palms planted underneath your shoulders, and then give a little sway. Rock the heels, side to side. We're going to take one final heart opener, hip opener, in the same 1-2 combo of our Prostration Twist. So we'll go ahead and come onto the right side. So extend the right leg long, and then the right arm out perpendicular to the body. Turn onto your right cheek. Use the left palm to help lift and drop your left leg back behind you. Left arm can come up and then over and back. Ooh. Let some cleansing breaths through as you twist. If you feel like you have dropped your chin into your chest, you've likely gone a little too far, so back off with a limb. And if you feel like you'd like a little bit more, then you can plant the sole of your right foot and balance on both feet as you twist a little bit wider, a little deeper. Further still, if you're really going for it here, is going to be figure 4 with the right ankle. The right ankle on the left knee. This isn't necessarily the shape for me this morning. I'm just giving it to you as a demo. But some of you might like to go there. And if you went too far, you just back off. No shame. Just back it off. When you're ready to unravel, we'll go one limb at a time back to the earth. Like there. Palms underneath the shoulders. Knees bend and heels rock side to side. Really massaging into the internal organs as well here is opening up the low back. And then it's the left leg that lengthens down this time. And the left arm perpendicular to the body. Onto your left cheek. Use the strength of the right hand to help press you open into your twist. The right arm can come up and then over, back behind to help open the heart. I'm just checking in with where you are in this moment. If you would like a little bit more, then you can bend into the left knee. Place the sole of the left foot on the mat as well. And if you've clenched your jaw or your forehead, that's your face telling you that you've gone too far. And again, some may like the variation of figure 4 here. It is not going to be the shape for me, but it's going to be left ankle on the right knee. And if you explored something and it was too much, then you just back right on out. From here, we're going to dissolve the shape. One breath and one limb at a time. Back to the dirt. Palms under shoulders, forehead to the ground. Heels rock, knees bend, side to side. And from right here, and with as little effort as possible, we'll flip over onto the back line. And here, before we set up for rest, will be a happy place for some happy baby. So bring your knees in towards your armpits, and this time you can grab for the outsides of the feet and take that full expression of your Ananda Balasana. And rock with joy, with bliss. And feel the efforts of your practice coming into slowing down. And on your way to Shavasana, offering any other shapes that you might need in order to be satisfied. Give them their time and their space. And then adjust your bones. Settle in to your muscles and your connective tissues. And let the physical body be at rest. Invite your eyes to close. And find the sweetness of surrender in stillness. And let the rest and this shape, the stillness that comes through to present you with a focal point of relaxation. Relax the body, relax the mind, so that the heart can come in with openness, expression, and be received. And bring both of your hands to rest on your heart and feel into that beating life force. It creates a beat, a thump, a tone, a vibration. Feel that. Celebrate it. Live fully from this place. When you're ready to move, just rock the skull side to side. Feel it in the earth. Stretch your arms over your head and take a long body stretch on the back line. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Go ahead and roll over onto one side when you're ready. Let it be a place that you pause, center, ground. Feel. And when you're ready to rise up, do so with care, pressing gently up into your seat. Take your time to lift your spirit, your heart, your head, yourself. Come into your easy seat. Notice what you've moved through and how you've done so with kindness. And celebrate that. Bring some vibrance into your spine and relax everything else. With your next in-breath, lift your palms to the above. Feel the simple act of rising up and praying. Prayer hands move down to your heart center as you exhale, bringing your truth into focus, bringing yourself and what you're practicing into your day, into your life. Taking a moment to honor the way that you are. And take a moment to honor the way that each other are. Taking a moment to honor all of the ways of being. My deepest bow to each of you for sharing this practice and for shining your light. Namaste.